Welcome to Brew Brothers. This is a podcast from DuPont about beer and enzymes. In front of you, you have two master brewers with a combined 70 years of brewing experience. Yannick?
Yeah, my name is Yannick. So I'm today the application leader for DuPont Brewing Enzymes and plenty of experience from a lot of different roles in the brewing industry in the past. And you, Jens?
Yes, my name is Jens, and I've also been in the brewing world for a long time in many creative roles. At DuPont, I am the global product manager since 2 years. Yannick, do you know, before the COVID-19 catastrophe as such, as a brewer, you go out, as everybody else, we go out and have beers once in a while. And I noticed that some of the dry hopped lagers or dry hopped IPAs had a twist of diacetyl. What is the reason for this?
Well, could be several, but the most likely one is that you have experienced what is called hop creep. And,
okay.
Hop creep is a phenomenon that has been known for quite a while. And the reason behind it, what kind of causes the hop creep, was first discovered by an Englishman called Horace Brown, so in the late 1800s. And what he discovered was that the hops contains enzyme, and among the enzymes you have both alpha and beta amylase. So when you do this late hopping by putting whole hops or hop bales or whatever you do into the beer during maturation, the enzymes there can attack the saccharides remaining in the beer, producing more fermentable sugars. And since you probably also get some oxygen into the beer together with the hops, meaning then there's a lot of the factors that can allow yeast to start fermenting again. And when it does, it then also produces diacetyl. As you know, diacetyl is formed during the you can say the early phases of the fermentation, because the yeast starts to synthesize different amino acids, among other things, a lot of things to build new cell material. And one of them is an amino acid called valine, and the precursor of that is 2-acetolactate. And if it doesn't happen to go into this amino acid synthesis, then it's actually naturally decomposing into diacetyl. And then the yeast has to take up this diacetyl and reduce it to acetoin. So
okay. So acetoin is normally known as being quite flavorless, actually.
Yes, it is. It has a much higher flavor threshold than diacetyl, so it's not a problem in beer.
So when we go back to the dry hopping as such, you said that the yeast will start producing diacetyl again.
Yes, because when you have the factors of oxygen, some nutrients, some fermentable sugar, it kind of starts to grow again. It's trying to grow again, and that means that, well, first of all, you can say that the yeast is rather groggy at that point in time because it has just been through the fermentation and still there. So it's not very, very active. And that means that also when you find that there is diacetyl in those lagers you were tasting, it's because yeast only has the energy to grow a little bit. And during this growth, it will form a little bit of 2-acetolactate, which again will form the diacetyl, but it doesn't have the energy to really reduce it again in these cases here.
Okay, and as we're coming from DuPont, of course, we have a solution for preventing diacetyl. What solution could that be?
That is our Alphalase Advanced 4000, which is an acetolactate decarboxylases, or short ALDC. And this ALDC, what it does is that it takes the precursor, the 2-acetolactate, directly to the acetoin. So you simply prevent formation of diacetyl, and under the conditions in maturation, so where you can say the formation of 2-acetolactate is slow, the enzyme actually grabs most of these precursor to acetoin, and very little diacetyl is formed, so little that you don't get up to the flavor threshold.
Okay. So do you see this as a kind of total prevention, or do you see that both, you can say, the yeast will produce a little bit of diacetyl and the enzyme will take away the precursors as such, or how is that?
Yeah. I mean, the LDC can only kind of take away the precursors, so it cannot remove diacetyl by itself. That's only the yeast that can do that. And of course, you can say that the enzyme, you can add it together with a dry hop if you can say the only problem you have is the hop creep. But of course, you could also take another decision and adding it straight from the beginning of the fermentation, because then you also have better control of the maturation of your beer, which you can kind of know when the beer is ready.
Okay, so this is a kind of quality assurance that you have control over, not only normal lagers, but also dry hop lagers and so forth.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, great. So if you want to know more about Alpha Lace Advantage 4000, you can always go to the DuPont Brewing webpage, which you will see later on in this show.
Yeah, and better luck next time with your dry hop lagers.
Thank you. Cheers.